Welcome to round 2 of the Tow Car Goodies Trash Series. Today we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we're going to start off on a somber note, actually, now that I give some thought. To those of you who may not have tuned into our Cup broadcast the previous week, unfortunately, following the accident in the Tri-Oval last week at Daytona, we did lose Pierre Pressure. On the contrary, though, we found his replacement driver, fellas, and it is Fragile Fred Busch in the same 28 car. But he's not alone filling in for somebody else. We also have the 29 car this week piloted in I think 5 or 6 by Dmitry Urenbev, another driver to the series, replacing injured Strikes Ferguson, who will be coming back. He's out 2 weeks, broken fibia and tibia in each leg. You hate to see that. I don't know how he finished getting out of the car last week when the race was all said and done, but found a way to do that. Not in the car this week. We also have a couple other people who were opening ceremony decisions this week. In this particular series, it was David Gutterball with a case of bowler's wrist, Dingo Dave, who was in our concussion protocol, along with Just Luke, also in concussion protocol after that vicious wreck coming to the line at the end of the last week's race. And Walter Cooler was also an opening ceremony decision with an elongated shoulder. All 4 of those drivers, thankfully, can compete today and are all in their cars and ready to go. Fellas, what are we going to see today?
I think we're going to see a lot like Daytona. These guys, they love going 3 and 4 wide. Charlotte, it's not going to be any different. Why would it be?
Yeah, I mean, and you love to see that everybody that was on the last second call list is actually able to participate. You know, we didn't know going into Daytona what exactly was going to happen. You know, we have some drivers that are a little bit more frail than others, and obviously we saw that come into effect with this 29 car that you see here. Strikes Ferguson, not the strongest guy. Not in the car anymore. He's out 2 weeks, and you know the passing of Pierre Pressure is of course unfortunate. But it gives the opportunity to Fragile Fred Busch to come out here, and not that he's built any different than Pierre, but you know the consistency in that car is what that team's going to need to continue building on what they had at Daytona, because they weren't slouches. As there's the command to start the motors. Hopping on board here with Dmitry Urenbev driving the 29 Go Bowling Ford.
And you know, guys, I know we're only on race 2. But it does feel strange seeing somebody else drive that 29 car.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. We get more opportunities for more drivers getting to try to make a name for themselves in this series, but sometimes it comes at a cost.
A few things worth pointing out before we go green here. Last week's winner, Chris Call, I think he qualified 37th today, so he's starting all the way in the rear. He's going to need a big day to make a comeback. So we might have somebody else joining him in the playoffs. To those who may not know, anybody who wins a race in the Tow Car Goodies Trash Series, or the Cup Series for that matter, is guaranteed a playoff berth given they survived that long. And the top 4 people in points without a win are guaranteed a shot in the playoffs. The playoffs consist of exactly 1 race, the finale, where we will crown our first ever Tow Car champions. And today, that landscape, that battle in the final week, might look a whole lot different as we head through turns 3 and 4 for the final time before we start today. This track is a big unknown. We've not gone here, obviously. It's only our 2nd week in existence, but I think we're ready for a good show.
We got Mason Dixon on the pole with Jake Joe to his outside, leading him down, getting ready to go here at Charlotte.
Buggity, buggity, buggity.
Book on. We
Sorry,
warned
that
them.
startled me.
We warned them. Prelude to the screams. We're going to get real loud, and we're going to stay real loud. Turn that volume down or crank it up. I don't care. Look at Scubs. Scubs is up front this week. We didn't talk about that yet.
I did want to bring up Scubs' fantastic qualifying run that he pulled off here.
Man, Fragile Fred is he's not making it easy for himself. He's already in the middle of 3 wide, now on the top.
Using lessons learned from his predecessor, that 28 car is flying.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He hopped in this nerd's car, and he said, you know what? And you know what he said? He said, you'll find me up by the wall. And there he is, up by the wall. I don't know if he's trying to just chill out or if he's trying to make moves. I guess we'll see over the course of the first few laps.
Harold Klott just bombed it into turn 3. They're
5 wide.
Wow.
Oh, this
is
cannot.
Good racing. We got 2 laps in green. This is unbelievable. These guys, they really came to race this week.
Harold not showing his age at all.
One more time at the line. This will be the longest ever tow car run, I think, for this series. So we're making positive strides. Definitely headed in the right direction.
Oh, Scubs trying to run out of real estate there with Von Samson.
Oh, speaking of headed in the right direction, I think that was the 57 car in third. Almost flew up to the outside wall trying to make a pass. Looks like he's in fifth, actually. I apologize. Trying to pass Making Music here for fourth. But, man, he was aggressive getting out of that corner. He almost walled the thing.
Out of all the guys that were up front at Daytona, the only one of them to show their face in the top 5 or even, I think, 10 at this point in the race is Making Music. So trying to find an all-around guy. If you're looking to be a fan of somebody, you don't have a driver already to root for. Maybe Making Music is your guy. Maybe he's like an AJ Foyt type, if you will.
Honestly, this entire pack of drivers was up front last week. I know Just Luke didn't get the result he may have wanted, but Elliott Sadlis was up there. Making Music, as we just discussed, was up there.
I don't believe
Mateus
you.
got a top 5.
I think you're lying.
Oh, well, you know
There
who
is
is
deceit
lying.
in the booth.
Dude, look at Dimitri making it 3 wide on the bottom back there. He's got help from, who is that? Who's in the McDonald's car?
That is Asiago.
Dude, Asiago making a pass, dude. And here's Harold by the wall.
Oh, man.
Rip it, Ta.
Oh, we got trouble.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, we're
I
having a
thought they were
Fox
headed for
moment
that
in the booth.
opening.
Woo, he almost...
They missed it.
And Willie Studd's in it, too.
Is there even a caution out right now?
Yeah, they got those things lit up.
All
We're
right,
racing
yeah,
back.
we're under
The
yellow.
fire trucks are lit.
Dude, that's lit. So we watched, what is that, the 67 cross the line. That's
Looks like-
Arkansas Jones.
Mason Dixon will be our leader under this caution with Tony Torkwrench in second.
Oh,
the
no,
wrecking
in trouble,
caution.
Harold.
What is happening? No, Harold! Harold!
Tom and Wall spins out. Harold's got a lot of damage, guys. Oh,
They're all slamming into each other, hitting the brakes back there.
You hate to see that.
See, they're getting 3, maybe 4 wide here through turns 1 and 2. Paul Walker Music up there. We got the 6 of Liz Wyoming, but the 97 DUI div just everybody runs out of real estate. The 17 gets involved. Willie Studs just hard into the wall.
Oh, the
I
opening.
think, yeah, Div got lucky. Mr. DUI himself got lucky right there. He was aiming for that opening, but managed to miss it.
well, similar to his parole officer, DUI Div better send a Christmas card to that 17 car because he almost had a humongous impact to that inside wall. Thankfully, the 17 kind of cushioned it a little bit, much to his own expense, I'm sure. Riding on board Willie Studs here.
Oh. Yeah, see, that's just unlucky. Not as lucky as Mr. Div.
As we look at the vegetation here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Guys, I'll tell you one thing. I don't like the fact that there's no catch fence there in turn 3.
Let's see what happened after they took the yellow. What? You got
Yeah, I don't know,
Harold
maybe maybe Dimitri got confused on the caution. No.
Oh, Fragile Fred.
Oh.
What happened there?
I don't think it was Fragile Fred. I think they all just kind of got hooked together and couldn't get separated. Oh, no, it's Tommond. Tommond Walls is going to...
What's he going down there for?
Inexplicitly, it goes 3 wide under caution. It just wipes out Harold.
Tries to right hook Fragile Fred. Why would he do that?
You know, we've been looking. This might be our Mr. Why did he do that?
Here we come back into turn 3 to get ready to take the restart. Now, if you haven't noticed, turn 3, there is no catch fence because Charlotte Motor Speedway, they don't believe they need it. They got billboards. What's going to stop a
They'll
car
catch
more
'em.
than a billboard?
You know, Drywall's known for stopping fists, so they can definitely stop a race car.
That's fitting because your name's Kyle. We're going back green here at Charlotte.
Sometimes you got to live up to the stereotype.
And the
I suppose.
monster logo is on screen. Incredible stuff. Green flag's back out. We're racing once again at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Hard-hitting commentary here in the tow car booth. Tony Torkwrench, holy shit, what a restart. He's going to the lead immediately. He started in second, believe it or not.
Rusty Dipstick just gave him a hell of a shove going into turn 1 there.
3 wide behind him already. Not wasting any time.
Man, look at Fragile Fred in the middle again. He doesn't want to survive.
Oh, look at this run here.
Oh.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's just Luke getting stuck middle of 3 wide now off of turn 4. That's not good.
Wow. As they battle towards turn 1 here. This is just incredible racing. I have not seen anything like this from Charlotte in a long time.
Man, Torkwrench is just looking in his mirror
Whoa,
thinking,
whoa, whoa. They're getting knotted up back there.
Man,
They're 4 wide. They're 4 wide. Banging
Oh, wow.
doors. Chris Chris Call.
And Phillips Russell, pardon me. They're going to go 4 wide off turn 4. Clink Bottles and David Gutterball. That's 2 strikes right there.
I don't think Clink knew he was 4 right there. I'm glad
we
he
got
got
trouble
out. Oh, they're
in
racking
turn
up
1.
ahead.
Jake
Jake
Jones
got
got
in
the
the
wall.
wall.
He
What a
saved
save.
it. Did they? Is that no caution? And he's still
No
on the wall.
caution
That's
here.
gonna.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
there
that's
they
all,
go.
David Gutterball.
There we go. There we go. Now we're clinking some bottles.
Yep. Gutterball,
That
Clink
wasn't even
Bottles.
that big. They're keeping it tame this week.
And they're racing
Will they
back to
crash
the line.
racing back? They're trying. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3.
Oh, and we saw Harold get turned right after the fact last time. Let's hope they make it back safe this time. Going through the dog leg here. They're 4 wide somehow. Looks like they're going to all start making a little bit of contact.
Oh,
Asiago hits Jake Joe, and there he goes into the wall.
I think Dimitri might have crowded him up a little bit. You know, he's new out here, so he gotta cut him some slack. But just getting around the slow car of Jake Joe caused a little bit of a bottleneck, and it ends in Clink Bottles going around with David Gutterball,
Down under
a
getting
couple
a piece
other
of
cars
that.
involved.
Wayne Rexky, Anthony Von Samsung hit the wall pretty hard too.
Or excuse me, Wayne Rescue. I thought that was Down Under from the Hoosier helicopter. Or is this the Goonier Blimp, Kyle?
This may be the Goonier blimp. We haven't seen the outside yet, given the fact the camera we're riding on board with is in the blimp. But
It's true.
also, hear me out. See you, 28er.
Oh my god.
Welcome back here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we are still under caution from our last incident, which, like the first one, wasn't too big. We still got Tony Torque Wrench up front, and the stand-in for Strikes Ferguson, Dimitri Urenbev, runs second. But further back in the field a little bit, we got Harold Klott, and Mike has something. You have a story about Harold this week?
I do, Matt. Now, everyone thinks Harold's old, and yeah, he's pretty old. He's 96. But his daddy, he's still kicking. His daddy, Ernest Herbert Walker Klott, is on the pit box watching his son here at Charlotte. That's incredible. He's 116 years old.
That's astonishing that he can even make it here. I bet they have a lift to get him up on the pit box, you know?
I think they use a forklift, and they're not certified.
What about those weird chair things they'll attach to the stairs?
Are those
You know, the
legal in
best
North
part-
Carolina?
I don't know. As the pace car's off.
I don't think they gave OSHA a hard card. They can't actually check the pit box. We're going green.
They can't get in.
I thought he
No
died.
passes for them.
Oh, second place again. Dimitri
That's-
Urenbev.
Yeah, they keep getting the jump here. I don't know. Tow car officials are going to be keeping an eye on that. Make sure we don't have any jumped restarts, because it's already unfair enough for all these drivers that they have to be out here and risk their lives for the glory. We don't need people cheating, you know?
As they pass the big screen, trademark here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This racing has been incredible. All 3 lanes today have been usable. They're running the high side. There's no resin. There's no PJ1. No, none
Oh.
of that.
Just Luke is taking second. Here he comes.
Wow.
Look at them race.
And how about another shout out to Dimitri Urenbev, leading this race in only his first Goodies Trash start.
We do have to address one piece of business regarding this 29 car. If he does win today, the win will go towards Strikes Ferguson's season, which means that either Strikes or Dimitri will have to race in the playoffs under this car and will compete for the championship. Now, if he wins today, and then when Strikes is back in that car, the 29 wins again, I think we might have to break out another car. We might need the 92, or we might need to repurpose whoever has the 92 into another Strikes Ferguson or Dimitri Urenbev mobile.
Oh, I think we got trouble. Oh, but I saw lights, did I? Or am I just losing my mind? I think I just losing my mind,
I
guys.
think
Somebody's
you're
about to
going
see the light.
crazy.
They're going crazy.
I thought the fire truck turned on.
Adam Recklin really wants to get around this 3-wide group right in front of him. You see him moving all over track. Loving the paint scheme here for Florida Man.
Very
Love
creative.
that car.
I
Love
hear
that
the
wolf.
person that designed that car. They really put their hard work into it. It looks amazing. It's got yellow grill tape and a yellow spoiler. PS5 on the car with Spotify, among many other things.
So much
Give a
yellow
call to
on
Florida
the
Man.
car. And we might be about to see some yellow on the track. I'm not sure. They're getting really dicey up ahead of this. Paul Walker music in the middle of 3 wide.
Daddy McBetty trying to pick up where he left off last week and a nice top
They
5
are
finish at
4 wide
Daytona.
back there.
Oh, they're 4 wide up here.
Ooh, that ain't gonna work. They're getting tight.
Making Music's got to get out of here if he wants
Oh,
to have
Asiago,
in the
what
wall,
an
but he
incredible
saves it.
save.
They're taking the road course.
Here comes
Car's going
Stubbs.
through the grass.
Stubbs
Stubbs.
and Dakota
Oh my
West. Wow.
God.
Dakota,
Oh.
that's Dakota West and Stubbs flying through the grass. They're gonna save it somehow, but it's gonna come at the expense of the entire back half of the field.
Yeah, Fragile Fred is got a little held up there. He was starting to make some hay. Got to regroup here and start charging back up towards the front. Oh, nope. Here comes a 57 to his inside. No rest for the wicked here in Tokar. What are they 3 wide for? Bro, this is like...
I think they're trying to. I think they're just
22nd
hazing
place.
the 28 car, man.
Talk about from highs to lows. Chris Call is back here just in an absolute mess for like 33rd. Last week's winner not able to capitalize on what he was able to do the first race. As we ride on board here coming off turn 4. Willie Studs, you can say the same thing about him. He was up front last week, at least until the last lap wreck happened.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Chris Call, I guess your whole team, like, the mindset's got to be, let's just try some stuff. Get a little crazy with it, a little kooky, a little wacky, you know? Because he's in the playoffs. He doesn't really have anything to worry about until we get to the finale. So, you know, maybe he's just mad chilling.
Scuzz and Gustav Bell still going at it. Those guys got tangled up in that 4-wide battle off turn 4. Somehow, the 08 car was able to save it. And they're still battling like nothing happened. It's insane.
And
Starting to get a little bit strung out.
I think they're finally starting to learn how to drive cars.
That's
You know,
good.
it took
We're
them a few
like-
weeks.
Yeah, we're like a week and a half into this almost. And they're getting their asses whooped by a guy that wasn't even here last week, didn't do any practice at Daytona, barely got any practice here at Charlotte as well because, I mean, they spent a lot of time getting the seat fitments switched. I mean, Dimitri's not as slim and tender as Strikes is.
Well,
Overworked
that's going to really
Ursula
help
Tender
out saving
there.
space in the hospital.
I
At
mean,
least
he
while
is
Strikes
tender.
is there.
Look at him. He got injured immediately. Granted, we do have to mention that Dmitry Urenbev does suffer from brittle bone disease. But he doesn't have to worry about that when he's checked out in front leading this field.
Oh, man. Speaking of brittle
The
bones,
pace car.
that 28 car has been the absolute main character. Not only last week, unfortunately, but this week too. But this week for much more comical reasons. That 28 has been in every 3-4 wide battle basically this entire night. As he's running down Krista Cathler-Keen and Anthony Von Samsung side by side right in front of him. Got Rustard and Ketchup behind him. Rustard also in that last lap wreck last week. He's trying to bounce back, but so far it has not gone his way.
You have to wonder if the guys over at Jerry Jingleheimer's knee-slapping good race team are eyeing the performance that Dmitry Urenbev is putting on right now. Because, I mean, these are the only 2 guys that are new this week as fill-ins / replacements. And, I mean, Fragile Fred just... He's going to have to pick it up if he's going to want to keep this car. I mean, they can't just show up here and... He's getting passed by everybody. He's just going up high, and there's nothing going on there. I don't know how much is going on upstairs in that head, but it can't possibly be much.
You know, our roaming pit reporter, Rob Pockets, actually got a scoop on this 28 car. Evidently, the car has a lot more speed in it, but his foot hurts so much from hitting the gas so hard, so he's not able to go full throttle down either straightaway.
Guys,
Yeah,
that is
that'll
so
do it.
sad. Pierre, he's wearing Pierre's glasses. He must have left them in the car.
Oh,
I'm surprised they're in one piece.
you know,
Well,
and it would
there's
be a
tape
fitting
on them.
tribute if this guy could drive and he wasn't fighting for, what is this, 37th place? Something like that.
You know, not to make light of an unfortunate situation, but I heard rumors on the pit road. I think Pierre's glasses got to see Daytona Rising. They went quite a ways. We'll see the 57 car bombing it into turn 1 here. I think
got some
Asiago
3 wide
Asiago's
up
in the
there.
wall. Yeah.
Jeff Gordummy is in the middle of it. Is that Jeff?
Nope, Chris
That's,
Cross.
Chris Cross.
Chris Cross. Be getting them confused all season, I think. Just a wee bit.
Swanson and Big Luke trying to make it work down on the bottom.
Yeah, you see, you have Big Luke back here, and you have just Luke running what, 2nd, 3rd place right now?
He's in third.
2nd place. Or third place. Yep. My bad. Oh wait, we had a pass for the lead.
Oh,
Rusty
he did?
Dipstick took the lead. His creams
Mr.
are so crispy, he's starting to check out.
Mister, when did he get there?
when did that happen? You know what I'm saying?
He's actually flying. We expected this, though. There's going to be some serious tire wear. I don't know if we can pull up the times real quick relative to what their fastest laps were. But if we can, these guys are way, way slower right now. The fastest lap of this race was the 09 car running a 26.7. I can guarantee you right now they've got to be running low 27s to high 28s. These tires are falling off a cliff. It wouldn't shock me if some of these guys come into pit road just as a strategy call, even if this stays green.
They're getting close to the wall on corner exit now. You can tell they're starting to push up and maybe even get a little bit loose as the tires start to fall off. This would be a great angle. See how everyone's rolling off a turn 2. See, there's just a couple cars getting real close to that wall. Ooh, that was a big chop from Anthony Von Samsung. That wasn't Anthony. That was, their hood logos look
we
the same
already have
from
Dimitri
29
coming
car.
in.
Here we go. Green
We got
flag
some
pit stops.
takers.
First time ever. We got Walter Cooler, Dingo Dave. We got Dimitri Urenbev, among many others coming down this time.
They were getting pretty checked up on the outside trying to come in there.
Eddie McBetty's down on the pit road.
We did have some trouble. And we have
the
a caution.
caution's out.
That's going to
this
change
is not
absolutely
good.
everything.
Dimitri Urenbev about to get
Harold coming out
a
of pits.
good lesson.
I think some guys pitted lap previously to this.
Going into turn 3 here, we got Chris Cross and Tom and Walls fighting for the top side. They're just going to come together. Ooh, that's a hard squish.
Oh, Arkansas Jones missed it by a centimeter.
Now
Chris
they're-
Cross.
Oh, Jake
Oh,
Joe trying to get in
sideswipe.
there.
Everybody just comes flying in, and you know what?
Oh, and then these,
Oh.
we got a couple of them getting together. The Clink Bottles came across Rustard and Ketchup. Oh, some hard licks into the outside wall there for these guys. Yeah, they're all just trying to avoid that crash and want enough room.
Out of those who are still with us, has anybody had a more cursed start to this season than David Gutterball? If you count the practice last week and this week, I think David Gutterball's been in about like 25 accidents in some way, shape, or form. A rough start. As we come through turns 3 and 4, I'm about to go back racing here at Charlotte. We're about halfway done with this thing. We're actually over halfway done with this.
Yeah, and those guys that came down pit road just at the right time, it really worked out for him. It puts old Dimitri back up front. Got Dingo Dave on his outside. Hell yeah. We're racing once again.
You want to be on that outside lane. That outside lane has had a tremendous restart every single time. They've cleared first place on the inside by a mile each lap.
Yeah, if there was a choose option in tow car, everybody would be picking the outside lane.
You see it sometimes at these intermediate tracks. You'll see the high side just for whatever reason has a little bit more grip. I know it's the opposite at some places. Old Texas, it used to be the outside was way worse, but you'll see more often than not that high side can, for whatever reason, just really get a better
four wide
start.
back there. 4 wide action.
Ooh.
And this
And
is
who else?
this is the 28. Fragile Fred and Harold Klott are a lap down. They went a lap down while they were on pit road pitting under green. The crash happened. They were still on pit road. The field went by, and now they're trapped behind this 4 wide mess.
Liz Wyoming came down and just slammed into the DUI div. I'm impressed they saved that.
Wow, the 78 almost lost it there too. Went all the way up the hill off turn 4.
Yeah, Wayne Retzky. I don't know if he's got a bad set of tires or what, but he's slip sliding all over the place.
It's like he's on ice.
Ooh, the 01 Dakota West ripping up top.
Dimitri
Wow.
saved it.
What a save. Paul Walker music's going to be right on him though in
man.
turn 3.
You don't want to pull up in front of Paul Walker music.
Man,
He's gonna get to his
Asiago
inside
using
there.
the whole arc.
I mean,
Oh,
we
how
saw
the
it
mighty
last
have
run.
fallen. Dimitri Urenbev plummeting through the field.
And we saw it last run. These tires give up really, really quick, so all of these drivers trying to make up as much track position as possible.
Oh, that's not good. There goes Joe
and
Swanson.
They're wrecking big. They're wrecking
big
big
trouble.
and heading
Big
for
trouble.
the opening.
We're good.
No
That
opening.
could have been
Oh,
way worse,
Oh.
but it's still not over, guys.
Ooh, they're coming back up the hill. Oh, watch that
everybody trying to
76.
squeeze in.
They are, and they're all going to make it somehow.
That's insane. See, these guys can't handle it under green, but they can somehow handle it going the same speed racing back. To the
Oh,
yellow.
no, they can't. Gore Dummy just got a lot of information, data, whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Oh. And with that, Hendrick Motorsports is a little safer.
Turn 2's Calamity Corner again, making music, just acting like there's not 3 cars to his high side, and just runs into Arkansas Jones, Joe Swanson. Scubs almost
Menard.
got taken out of that one.
Oh, that 19 car just barely made it. He might have missed that 71 car by an inch.
Hey, an inch is a lot, man. Yeah, it's kind of like a big squeeze, you know?
Tomlin Walls had a hard driver's side hit back there to the safer barrier. He's going to be seeing a couple versions of every car he sees. Oh.
Yeah, and I mean, Phil Menard was sideways sliding towards the inside wall. What happens up here to cause some more carnage? It's around Jeff Gore dummy.
Looks
Oh,
like
DUI div. Oh, no.
Oh,
Dakota West.
he just comes
and
up
him.
the track. Did he come up the track, or did Dakota come down? We gotta see that from up above. Oh yeah, Dakota just turns him.
And that's 2 near flips and 1 caution, somehow in 2 different wrecks, but bunch of big impacts there. You know, I really think the catalyst for a lot of these wrecks right after the caution comes out, let's not forget, the safest time to text during this race is right after the caution comes out. So everybody's trying to reply to people while they can. They lose sight of the track, and before you know it, Jeff Gore dummy's in the wall.
DUI div. I think he might have a problem, guys.
Yeah, he is going 32 miles an hour down the back straightaway at the current juncture.
Well, you know, DUI div's known to have a couple road sodas, and the speed limit here is 25, so he's just really trying not to get pulled over.
Years of training coming into play.
I
They're going to
guarantee you
lose
that
the field.
this is a
Gordon's
man
had
who can,
enough.
this is a man who can say the alphabet backwards for sure. And there he goes. He just proved his sobriety. He's going back up to the field.
It must have been a long text.
You know, it's coming down to it, everybody. And I'm thinking it's time to make some picks. Mike, who do you think's going to win this race?
For me, it's going to be that 32 car. Mateus Paiva. He used to be a bad driver. We all know it. Tristan knows it more than a lot of us do. But he got a top 5 at Daytona last week. He kept his nose clean, a lot better than he did in practice. He's already improving. He's reminding me of Austin Cindric. Let's just hope he keeps it up and doesn't do the other half of the Austin Cindric.
Matt?
Personally, I did some counting, and I wanted to pick someone that was restarting on the high side here, and right there in 6th place, Paul Walker Music. I think he's here for redemption this week. Didn't really go well last week. I think he's here to play.
And for me, I think I'm going to go with that 88 car, Tony Torkrench. He was up in the lead earlier in P8, also on the high side to Matt's point. I think he's going to have a great finish to this race. As we enter the restart zone.
Checked out a little bit. He's had the biggest lead probably all night.
Be 18 to go, I believe.
Oh, that was much more even that time. Not
Man,
a good restart for the 67.
Dang it, dude! But my pick,
Come on, man. Our picks.
guys.
He didn't get the script. We are going to sue him. Anyways, off turn 2. Calm so far, but I'm sure that's going to change in a moment here.
Oh yeah, here's just Luke moving low.
Ooh, Ginger Joe. Trying to use up all the space that Big Luke was having.
Oh, here we go.
Big
Mason
Luke takes
Dixon.
up a lot of space.
Mason Dixon making it 3 wide up the middle. Dmitry Urenbev getting back up in the picture.
3
We just
wide
have-
for the lead. Here comes Mateus and Dingo Dave. Dingo Dave had a horrible wreck last week. He not only suffering physically, but also mentally, because he is the one that ran into Pierre Pressure.
Yeah, let's not forget, he was in concussion protocol. He was an opening ceremony decision today. They had another driver lined up for that thing, but thankfully they didn't need to go to the reserves.
He
Mateus
get bullied out there.
Yeah, Mateus Paiva, by the way, has pulled away from this group a little bit. Elliott Sadness, though, coming up in second here.
I mean, Mike's picks not having, or me and Kyle's picks not having a great time right now.
Yeah,
Mike's picks having a great time.
fantastic time.
Yeah, he's
This is
sitting
a blast
nice and
right
pretty.
here.
Look at
There's
Scubs.
no way we run this out, though.
Here comes Scubs. I think he's in like 5th. Mr. What is his last name?
Ooh. Man, Ginger Joe and Big Luke, they do not like each other.
Wow. Week 2, and we're already making enemies. Oh, 4 wide.
What a run around the outside.
He does not have time for Big Luke's bullshit.
Ginger Joe isn't even running every single race. He's afraid of road courses. He will have Buster Guts in that car.
Well, it's not that he's
So
afraid.
he's trying to make the most of his time, I should say, on track.
I hate to, place the blame on him because he is unfortunately biologically, there we go, that's the word, unable to turn right. He can't do it. If he has to miss a wreck to the right, he will not miss that wreck, as I'm sure you saw last week at Daytona. So that's why, therefore, on the road courses, it'll be his teammate Buster Guts in that 13 mobile. Off turn 2 here, Paul Walker Music nearly getting the tow hitch spun there by that 88 car. He has dropped like a rock, by the way.
We're not looking good here. Oh, you're almost looking really not good right there. As the 54 Asiago washing up the track. Those tires are starting to wear, guys.
That 78 of Wayne Rutsky, he just shoved the 01 of Dakota West into the corner. He had no choice but to go in there full throttle. If he would have lifted, he would have been going over the turn 3 wall.
That last run
Paul
we
Walker
saw.
Music's making moves.
Oh, Harold, save
Harold.
it, butter.
Like I was saying,
We don't need him wrecking in front of his dad.
that last run, we saw nearly 2 seconds of fall off in about 25 laps. I cannot imagine what it'll be like at the end of this race if we go green the rest of this way.
Well, if tires blowing, people will decide not to pit out of spite.
Ooh, somebody's pushing up on the bottom back there. It looks like it was a 71 of Joe Swanson after that last incident.
You know, guys, I'm noticing something up ahead of this group. I think Chris Call has found his way. It's not quite in the top 10, but he is right there. He is knocking on the door of that top 10. He's figuring it out as we get through the night, starting to make his moves.
He's right on board the 3 machine here. And let's not forget, last week this car had unbelievable speed in a straight line. At the end of the race, they really couldn't catch him, even before the accident. So I'm wondering if that's how he's going to make up his time here. Maybe now that the tires have worn a little bit, people are losing some of that momentum. All that horsepower that car's providing is getting him down the straightaway, as he's losing some time here, unfortunately.
Yeah, he made a good move, cutting way low through the corner, but ended up 3 wide on exit. Couldn't really carry that speed there. He'll regroup and make another run at it, I believe.
And don't look now, but Scubs is second and rapidly approaching Making Music for the lead.
Oh, yeah, what happened to Mateus? Mateus is 7th now. He was out front. There's the pace car. You know who keeps showing up? Just Luke keeps showing up.
He's just
I'm
there.
surprised if he made it.
He was on pace for a great run last week. It just didn't finish that way.
Oh,
Yep.
Rusty Dipstick just moving Dimitri up the track with the tow hitch on the front of that race car.
It's like they say, the cream rises to the top. And we're seeing a lot of familiar faces from last week. Or at least in the 29's case, a familiar car.
Oh, wow, look at that. That was almost a left hook out of nowhere.
We're at 6 laps to go here. It's going to be showtime. You're going to see
This is
exactly
7
how much
laps.
tire... math sometimes doesn't work out in your favor, as it almost didn't for that 42. But we're coming down to it. There's just enough time left in this race. If you burned up your tires, you're about to lose a lot of track position. That 32 car, we saw him lose a bunch of time before. I see him passing people again. He could very realistically finish this race in like 15th just because of how bad his tires are about to get. Scubs within 1/10.
He's knocking on the door. Making Music. Disappointment last week. He was very much one of the top 3, maybe 5 cars on track at Daytona. Wants to make his bid into the playoffs by getting the win here at Charlotte, as now it's 5 laps to go.
That is correct. The math is mathing this time. Mostly because I didn't do it. Can Scubs get there, though? He's lost a little bit of time that lap, but he's getting that dirty air, Don't have as much of it here as we do in alternative series, but still a lot of it to fight through. Still an uphill battle, to say the least. You see Scubs changing his line here. Maybe he'll find something.
I think
And
Denny
you know what?
McBetty's going to have something for him here in a minute.
That's what I wanted to bring up. Deddy McBetty. I have been wondering about this Subaru since we got into practice, or I wasn't there for practice for this series at Daytona, but since I saw the entry list, the cars, everything, I was like, I wonder how those Subarus are going to do. Here he is, 3rd place, running down 2nd, who's running down the leader, coming with, what is this, to be 3 to go here this time by?
Also, but don't look now. Chris Call has just broke into the top 10, I'm pretty sure. We'll see here at the line. Looks like
He's
gonna
working
lose
on it. That 84 car is his kryptonite, his blockade, if you will, to
And
getting
he's
into
really
the top
holding
10.
those guys up.
Press might have wore him off here.
Yeah, you get out of the groove once, you slide your tires one time. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just ask that 29. He's losing spots. Hand over fist.
Plummeting.
Oh, the 42 car's pitting.
Oh, we got a
Our car's pitting. They
What
said
on
fuck
earth?
it, 2 to go.
Why
I'm
would they
pissed.
do this? They must
They must be out of
need
fuel. They must be running out of fuel right now. Oh, this changes everything. Here come the leaders off turn 2. Do any of them have enough fuel? Do any of them have enough tires?
McBetty able to get around Scubs. Will he be able to get around Making Music as they come to take... Oh, we have a caution.
Oh, wow.
That changes Oh, Gutterball and Swanson. Man, Gutterball cannot catch a break, guys.
Wow. This changes everything. Those cars that just pitted, if they don't lose a lap, are going to be in such great shape.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they did lose a lap. More crashing off of 4. It looks like
Clink bottles.
Clink bottles, yeah. What is going on in Charlotte tonight? It must be a full moon, guys. Trying to see what happened to Mr. Gutterball here. You see Harold ripping
4
top.
wide.
Oh,
Harold.
no. Oh, you
Gutterball.
know.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
and
Oh,
What?
that's
he
a
hit it, he
hard
hit it.
lick.
Ring the bell. Blare the siren. Someone's hit the wall opening.
How on earth did we manage to send somebody into that wall this soon?
Oh,
Oh, whoa.
we're going to have to go back on that.
As we get into turn 3 here, they all start pushing up because of how bad the tire wear got. As we were saying, you kind of fall off a cliff as far as they're concerned, and it got the best of all these guys. Look at them all headed to the wall. Clink bottles hard in the
Oh,
wall.
Fragile Fred, this is going to be... Oh, he got through it.
Ooh,
Uh-oh,
very
who
lucky
is
to
that?
Oh,
Jeff
Gore Dummy
Gordummy.
hard into him.
see. Oh, they're inventing a new Hans device after all the data Jeff Gordummy just received.
His bottles got clinked.
I hate you. When you say that.
On board with David Gutterball.
He couldn't even see what was going on while it was going on around him.
Ooh,
Oh, man. And you know, that first impact, I don't want to sleep on that either, because that was also a very big hit into the wall. Second one obviously looks way more dramatic because of the angle. Here with Joe Swanson.
Yeah, Big Gulp is right. That just all started happening
Wow.
all around him, and you know he's gonna be sitting pretty good. I mean, obviously it's not great to be back here with worn tires and a little bit of damage, but he didn't hit any of those walls.
that 21 car, he changed directions very rapidly.
And you know, guys, I think we have in-car audio from that 71 car. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Bader, I can't feel my legs. Oh God, Bader, it's really bad.
Wow. I mean, we already knew that, but 71 car, Joe Swanson himself giving us confirmation he still cannot feel his legs. Welcome back to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where unfortunately a lightning strike hit the booth directly. We lost power briefly. And due to the lightning strike hitting the track itself, as well as ambient rain in the area, ambient rain, whatever you want to call it, we have decided to cancel the rest of the race, meaning our standings completing lap 65, which was our scheduled distance anyway, will be the final results today. We will not have a full, winner graphic and everything, unfortunately. However, that does not change the results. Our final top 10 of the evening will be Making Music in the 8 car. Making Music, big win, going to be in the playoffs. Daddy McBetty in second. Scubs gets third. Just Luke comes home in fourth. Rusty Dipstick will round out our top 5 with Elliot Sadness in sixth. Walter Cooler 7th. Mateus Paeva in 8th. Ninth place is Dingo Dave. And rounding out our top 10 is Gustafer Bell. Wow, what a race. Oh, and that crowd noise you hear, that hammering you hear, is the fans here at Charlotte Motor Speedway rioting after our decision to end the race. I understand, they spent their hard-earned money to be here, but ultimately we're trying to protect them, and I see them all sitting in their seats despite the lightning. So you know what? I'm just going to let nature do its thing.
I think they're all standing. You know what? No matter what happens in tow car, we get the fans on their feet.
I'll say. Anyways, from another tow car race, from where we are in the booth to wherever you might be listening to this, have a great night.
Tragic.